Good morning and welcome to the second episode in my advent calendar. If you are new and you haven't seen the 1st of December yet, I'll leave a little, there it is. I'll leave a little card up in the corner so you can see that one first, and then come back and join us for today. Awesome. How are we all feeling today? Are we starting to feel Christmassy yet? Not just yet? Maybe you need some tea. You need some tea. Right. So let us open today's tea bag. And today is relax. Okay. I can get on board with some relaxing. So it says a deeply soothing fusion of organic chamomile, fennel and marshmallow root. Did not know they had roots. Okay, so it looks like that. Relax. I think I've had relax before, but the bag wasn't yellow. Pre-boiled cup. There with Mr. Flower. Ooh. Smells like something you'd season your steak with. Let's see. Let's pop that in there. And then obviously we need a chocolate with our tea. Chocolate every day in December. Yeah, if you're not feeling quite Christmassy just yet, something that usually helps me properly get into the Christmas feel is a scented candle. I've ordered one of my absolute favourite candles, which is the Yankee Candle Spiced Orange, and oh my word, it smells so good. I found it in Selfridges in London the first time and I literally had to stop in my tracks and get them all. Apparently it was limited edition. I know you can definitely get them on eBay for the same price as you could before, so that they are still floating around there. Oh my goodness, I can't wait until it comes. It was supposed to come today. Anyway, this is the chocolate I got today. It's got a little snowman on there. Awesome, that's perfect for a little next to tea nibble. So this thing about Christmas spirit, I think that is very different for a lot of people. So obviously as a child, you feel it differently. It's more about the anticipation and the toys and the stuff that's happening. So for me as a child, when the decorations went up, oh my god, you got chills. I'm getting goosies just from, can you see it? See my goosies? Just from thinking about it, because you knew that something was coming and the anticipation. And I think it's only as a child that December is the longest month of the year. As an adult, December's like that and it's over. Which is why at one point, I can't remember how old I was, probably not that old, like, you know, you go in your teens and everything starts to become a bit weird. The Christmas magic was gone. It didn't have the same anticipation. It kind of just came and went. Nothing excited me anymore. Obviously, this is all obviously my pubescent brain being rewired and whatever, but I wasn't excited for the presents. The food tasted different. And then after that, adulthood kind of took over and it became stressy. It just wasn't the same. That's literally it. So what I want to get at today is, if that's you, it's probably a 90% chance that that is you. You feel like December just runs off with you and there's no time to sit down and actually enjoy it. When you're having your tea in the morning, no matter what it is, if you don't like tea, maybe have a coffee, hot chocolate, don't mind, just have something, a cup of something that's going to take you at least 5 minutes to drink it, and then just hold it. It'll warm your hands and sit there. And preferably think of nothing, or reminisce of something nice, or think of something nice, or collect your brain for the day to come. Like, what's the next step for today? What do I want to achieve today? And then just check in with yourself. Now that, I don't care if that sounds like an old woman thing to do. Check in with yourself. Another thing you can do if you're stressing out, make spreadsheets. Well, that might sound a little bit neurotic, but that is what I do. I've got a spreadsheet. Oh my god. I do not have a spreadsheet. I have a spreadsheet. That calls for a foreign moment. Roll it. Okay. I have a spreadsheet for all the Christmas presents that I need to buy. So I've got everybody's names, and then I've got a colour for the thing that I want to get them, and then a colour for the stuff that I have got them. And then if they're all highlighted in a colour, I'm done with them. So obviously that could be more than you need to do. You might just have the name and the thing, and then a tick, or whatever you want to do. But that really helps me collect my brain and literally just helps me get on with it without stressing so much about it. Because we don't want stress, you want the Christmas magic to come back. Something that I also love doing is acknowledging the moment. Now, which, bear with me, acknowledging the moment. So if there's ever a time where, I think it was Hugo's dad who told me this story about this man. I can't remember exactly what they were doing, but this man was out with his son. I think they were watching stars, or there was a butterfly. It was either stars or a butterfly that was on the verge of being extinct or something like that. And he slapped his son to make him remember that moment. Now, I think that's a little bit aggressive, just a tad bit aggressive. It bears some truth, because most moments in your life you will forget. You're not going to remember them, but something needs to happen. And something that I find helps me, if there's a moment, say on holiday, I'm sat on the beach, it's quiet, it's in the evening time, the waves are just making the right amount of noise and the light is... Check in with yourself in that moment. Be aware that you're in the moment and be aware that you want to remember that moment. And I couldn't even count how many moments like that I've had, and I still have them stored in my memory. Nothing special would have happened, nobody slapped me, but because I decided in that moment that this moment is special, this moment I want to save it, nothing can take this moment away from me, and I think that's very important. It can be anything. You can be watching your child play sports, or it can just be you sat with your cup of tea in front of a fireplace, just remembering that moment and how happy you were in that moment, and all the rest of the moments, they can go do one. Okay, so this relaxed tea, I'm not a fan. I think it tastes like bath water. Nah. Okay, enough rambling. We are going to open the Body Shop calendar number 2. So obviously number 1 was quite a big one, so I'm not expecting a massive one today. I can't find it. Oh. There we go. It's the little lady saying stand up and speak out. And it says, Agatha Christie is the best-selling novelist of all time with over 2 billion books sold worldwide. Pow! What is it? Oh, it's a hand cream. Now I do really roll it. I do really like the Body Shop hand creams. They just go in your handbag and they stay there forever. I must admit, it's one of those, like, I don't think I've ever used one till the end, because, well, that's a me thing, because I want to try the new scents and flavours. So this is the coconut hand cream with cold pressed virgin coconut oil from Samoa, Polynesia. This is probably the small size that they sell in the store, and then they've got obviously a bigger version, because I know I've got a bigger one than this. But do you know what I find? A lot of brands do advent calendars and they are rubbish. A couple of years ago, I don't know how many, but I don't think like cosmetics and makeup advent calendars was a thing going not so far back. And then obviously now people are jumping on the wagon. Like if you go on Amazon or eBay and type in advent calendar beauty, you'll find so much stuff. You'll find a lot of good stuff for good prices as well. If you are still interested, it's not too late. It's not too late to get an advent calendar. And by this point, you'll probably get a discount on them. So go and have a look. But some of them are just selling tester sizes. And now, I'm sorry, you can go into the shop. Like, I'm just going to call them out right here and now. I've not bought it, but I've seen so many reviews of the Sephora advent calendar, and my god, it's disgraceful. It is actually disgraceful. It's got stuff in it that you wouldn't even want for free. Like, I'm sorry, and I don't know how much it was, but anything would have been too much for the rubbish that they got in that advent calendar. And I feel like some companies are taking advantage of you a little bit with giving you stuff that they weren't even supposed to sell. Like if you go into Sephora and ask, oh, can I have a sample of this cream? That's the same size as they would just give you as they put in their advent calendar. And I think Body Shop does a bloody good job. There's no testers in here. Smaller versions of things, probably, but you're getting your money's worth. And that's Sephora advent calendar. I'm sorry. No ma'am. I'm gonna give this tea one more go. Nope. Okay, so I have a Christmas present idea for you today, and it's actually a really, really good one. When I first found this, I was so excited. I was like, this is perfect. I don't know about you, but I struggle to give my mum presents and my grandmother presents because they have everything, but they still want something, and they want something that you've thought about, something that will be special, something that they can use. Photo album. Now bear with, not just any photo album. You go online and you find, there's loads of websites doing this. I'll link a couple down below that I've used, not sponsored, but I really, really love them. You go on a website, you upload all the photos that you want, and you create this photo book. So you could do, say for this Christmas, you wanted to create the year with Grandma, 2019. So you create the front of the book, if you wanted any writing in it, you do that, and then you get to choose how many pages that you need, and obviously the more pages, the more expensive it will get. But you can basically create it. Say you went to a farm with your grandma, and that was 2 pages of the book, and then you went on holiday to Spain, and that was 5 pages of the book. Do you see? And you can build it just the way you want it, and then that is something that she can look through and be so happy for, and like, you spent this time creating this for her. And then in a couple of weeks time, maybe a couple of months time, when you're not there and she's a bit like, meh, you know what, I'm gonna take that back out and I'm gonna have another look through it, because it's something that she'll cherish for the rest of it's something that she will cherish for the rest of her life. Not just grandma, granddad, your mum, maybe your dad. You will find discounts for this, you definitely will. The first time I found it on Groupon, and I think I paid something like £10 for a 40-page book, something like that, don't quote me on that, but I paid something stupidly low for a big book on Groupon. So please check in with yourself today. If there's a moment you'd like to cherish, take a moment. If anyone tries to tell you to do something else, you know what I mean. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope I'll see you again tomorrow morning, bright and early at 9, or around lunchtime, or in the evening, whenever you want to watch it. Doesn't really matter. Just make sure you have clicked that little bell on the screen so you get notified, and then I will see you again tomorrow. Have a lovely, 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 lovely. Bye.